in the city where the heat is on all night, on the beach till the break of dawn. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. Welcome to the locker room. Coming up on tonight's show, the reason for my awful opening line tonight, David Beckham has officially been awarded a Miami MLS team. We will be hearing from the man himself. Coutinho's first La Liga game for Barcelona wasn't all plain sailing. We'll discuss that. And we'll question whether all that Zidane's been missing is his superstars being available to him. That's Ray, Christian, Thomas and Gary Bailey. But it is official, MLS is coming to Miami. The new team is scheduled to kick off play in 2020. It's been a long battle for Beckham and his people, but they fought on to make this dream a reality. Look through there, you can see Kevin Egan dancing. He was there today. Now, MLS officials had been wary about awarding the franchise after the league's original Miami team, the Miami Fusion, which Ray, obviously you know well, folded in 2002 after its fourth season. But it's fair to say that the soccer landscape has changed since then. As mentioned, Kevin Egan was at the Adrian Arce Centre in downtown Miami to catch up with Mr. Beckham himself.
A little bit of pain, quite a little bit of pain. Over the last 4 years, you know, when I announced 4 years ago, I expected to be up and running in a couple of years, to have a stadium. But no, it wasn't that easy. But I always think in business, sometimes the best things, the most successful things are the things that take time, and some of the things that are difficult in life. And this has definitely been one of those. But today is a good day. Today is a day where we all realise that our dream has come true. So there's still a lot of hard work to be done, but yeah, we're excited about it.
Marcelo Glory said something amazing, that 60 days ago, this was nearly dead in the water until the Mas brothers came in as well. A late surge. It's quite a story.
It is an amazing story, and I wish I'd have documented the whole thing over the last 4 years, because believe me, we would have amazing footage for a TV program, but we still have some. But yeah, 60 days ago, me and Marcelo, I flew to New York because I just had a feeling that I needed to sit down with Marcelo and say, we can't make it happen. You know, it's been hard, it's been painful, it's been exhausting, and we sat next to each other and we was like, yeah, maybe there's one more, let's give it one more try. And that's when we contacted Jose and Jorge, and then we made it happen. So those, the Mas family, the Mas brothers, were the missing link for us. We needed that, and luckily now we've got such a strength in our ownership group is pretty impressive.
Looking at some of your old teammates, your old friends, the likes of Gary Neville in coaching and then an analyst as well, you've gone the business route. What kind of owner do you see yourself being? Do you a lot of time here in Miami or throughout the world? How do you plan on doing it?
I'm definitely going to be spending a lot of time here. You know, over the last 4 years, I've spent a huge amount of time here. So yeah, you know, I'm an owner that's invested in this. I'm an owner that believes in this, and one that's very hands-on. You know, my experience in the ownership group is obviously within the sport. You know, I've been able to have a successful career, and my experience is in the game, so that's what I bring. I will put together the plan of the philosophy of the team, how I want the team to be perceived, how I want them to play, and that's the exciting part. So there's a lot of work to do.
David Beckham, thank you so much for the time. Jen.
Interesting stuff there, MLS in Miami, and maybe something key that he mentioned is the local people involved in this project. That could make all the difference,
well, it
Ray.
has made all the difference. The owners, the Mas brothers, have came in, and you know, it was a wonderful launch. MLS is absolutely tremendous putting this on, and there was genuine passion from the owners. David Beckham was absolutely brilliant, captured the crowd in a wonderful way, in his way. You know, a great communicator, got all of his messages through. Don Garber was brilliant as well on saying what a nightmare this has been. I mean, they were very upfront in saying we were dead. Just a few months ago, this thing was dead in the ground, but Beckham wouldn't let it die and got the Mas brothers on board with Ray and a wonderful Japanese gentleman called Mr. Son, who's going to be... He had his passion as well, and it was tremendous. It was lacking a little bit in details in terms of when the launch would be, when the game would be. There was no colours, there was no name. That's all yet to come. But all in all, it was a real good event, but it just made you scratch your head thinking, we want more? And it'll come. It'll come.
Yeah. They say that they'll consult the fans a lot when it comes to what colours maybe they want. There are a few rumours what they're looking for when it comes to a name. And talking of the fans, will the fans come, Thomas Rungan? That's going to be one of the big questions at this part of the world.
Yeah, Ray and I have been in this community, obviously as players first in the mid-'70s, the late '70s, when we were the only game in town, so to speak, with the exception of the Dolphins. There was not an NBA team, NFL team, NHL team, so there's a lot of competition. We get the beaches, but I firmly believe that a downtown stadium is the key to success. I've seen the renderings. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an area that's going to become better uptown, Overtown, whatever it might be, you know, which I think is great. You got the access of public transportation. David Beckham, smart, $25 million. He bought this franchise for when he signed his first contract with the Galaxy. Franchise go for $200 million.
So it's been a lot longer than 4 years in the making.
The local ownership aspect is huge for this whole project, though. You cannot overstate that enough. These people that have come in, the Mash brothers, and their passion came out. I mean, this is their town, and they're going to make this a success. It's not going to be easy, Kay. They're going to have to hit so many moving targets like no other club has ever done. It's one thing going to the likes of Seattle and to Vancouver and the well-established soccer entities. Miami is just different. It always has been in all of the sports. But they know this going in, and they are absolutely resolute in their determination to get it right this time.
It could be
There's a lot in their favour.
Big plus, though. I mean, Bobo, you just said you went to Brazil, Honduras, international friendly. About 40,000 Hondurans. I mean, if you had one big-time Cuban player, it would be great, but it's not.
Thomas, it's always been that way.
You got to tap into the Colombian. Falcao would be a great name. Hey, Ronaldo is a good friend of Beckham in 3 years. Who knows?
He's played with Ronaldo every chance. But here's sorry, Ray, just something about Bex himself. I'm hoping it's successful for him because he's a hell of a nice guy. People don't really know him as a person. But I took a kid who had cancer a number of years back to Old Trafford, or to the training ground at Carrington. And I said to Bex, would you please just show this kid around? He had limited time left. And I left him with Bex. And I sat thinking he'd come back with the kid after 10, 15 minutes. He looked after the kid for 4 hours. He took him to training. He took him to lunch. He walked him around and eventually brought him back. And I think when players do that, when they have something special, I just sit back and go, no matter what the mechanics are, I just love him to be successful because he's such a lovely guy.
And the fact that he is English, you know, amongst all of this Latin flavour here in South Florida that I've spent 40-odd years in embracing and being a part of the whole scene of the game in this area, it's good to see an Englishman come in, and especially like Beckham, Bobo, to come in with that name and that image to say, that's how committed I'm going to be to make this a success. The challenges ahead are so big and so very elusive for this to really catch. And I'm not talking about the immediate impact, like if they sign Cristiano Ronaldo or some superstar like that. That's not going to be it. These people in this area know the game. They know the game more than anything. You look at all the ratings for the World Cups and the European Cups, it's always the Miami, South Florida area, excuse me. It's not the Miami area. They need to make this a tri-county level project as well, Thomas, in the Palm Beaches, Broward and Dade. And these people know the game, and they won't go to see second-rate stuff. That's the biggest challenge. The quality on the pitch has got to be top class.
Who would your first player be? Who would you sign? Seriously.
Well,
as a
in 2 years' time.
Huh?
It's going to, in
2 years' time.
Yeah, 2 years' time. Who would you go after?
I think the biggest players, but let's see in 2 years' time who's around, who wants to come. I think it's going to be a big success. I think Miami's been waiting for an MLS team. I think they're going to do the right stuff. They're going to do a little stadium, 25,000, not a huge 60,000 stadium. Sure. 25. I think if you get the right players, you do the things the way you're supposed to do. I think it's going to be amazing.
Close to Beckham have told me that general manager, coach, vice president of the Beckham team in 3 years. That's what I've heard. Although I don't know where
I, for one, will be buying season tickets for this one.
I'll be there with you.
OK, Philippe Coutinho started his first game with Barcelona at the weekend in what was also his first game at the Camp Nou. He was playing on the right of the midfield, and he didn't quite garner the praise that he had after his first game midweek in the Cup. What did you think of his performance, Ray?
Well, either way, I mean, it's not going to be a bottle rocket straight. This guy is for real. He's a wonderful player, and he brings a tremendous gift to this Barcelona team. It's very early days. And what I liked about him was that he didn't try to be the next Neymar or the next Messi or the next Iniesta. He's playing himself into the game. He showed certainly enough of the Barcelona way and the Barcelona rhythm that we all know the best's yet to come. I don't think that that's his ideal position when he's playing on that right, but you know what? It was still good enough. And he'll only get better. He's growing into the way Barcelona's playing.
I agree. I think the thing about him and Neymar, when he came, he wasn't ready, Neymar, to play for Barcelona because he never played in Europe. He's been playing in Europe already a lot of years. So he's ready to play for Barca. He knows how they play. For me, you got to put him on the left, where Neymar used to play. Yeah. And then he's going to do his stuff. He's ready to play for this team.
Yeah. Concern for me is not Coutinho, it was the defensive performance, because twice in that first half, and we've just seen the two opportunities, they got caught. Once Ter Stegen makes a save, the second one they concede. I'm just wondering if the likes of Chelsea are looking at that and thinking, the two in the middle, Umtiti and PK, they sometimes take chances because both full-backs are up. In fact, Umtiti was even up for the goal. So they need to be a little bit clever.
So we've seen a few cracks just recently, maybe, that may Chelsea be able to exploit.
If you were to find a game plan and say, where is a potential weakness for Barcelona? I think counter-attack football, Hazard with Williams' pace.
It's always been that way. Chelsea were doing it like that when they beat them in the European months ago. But let me tell you, no Busquets, different team.
No Busquets, different team. Good
For
point.
me,
And what about Jordi Alba as well, Ray?
Did you find goal this morning?
Oh,
Did you find goal? We know that. He's the best in his position.
And he wasn't there, so I think...
Jordi Alba as well?
Alba, fantastic.
We have our coach here.
What is that? Is that TIT?
The wigwams are out again.
No. This is going to be a problem for Valverde. Coutinho wants the ball to feet. Iniesta wants the ball to feet. Messi wants the ball to feet.
Okay,
who's giving you... No, Bobo, who's giving you depth in your game? Who's giving you depth? When Alcázar came on and Sergio, things opened up all of a sudden. They have no width right here. That's a problem, I think, for Valverde. Do you play Dembele? Do you play Coutinho and Iniesta together? Do you play Paulinho? Do you play Rakitic? Do you play Busquets?
Well, listen, so far, so good, because it's 21 La Liga games unbeaten. That matches Pep Guardiola's record. So congratulations to Ernesto Valverde with that one. Still to come, Neymar's going Neywhere. PSG and the players speak out about his future. There's a slap in the face for Gennaro Gattuso, and not how you think. And we've got our top goals too, so stick around.
And Jordi Alba.
They're already started these lot. That's just the locker room for you. Welcome back to the locker room. Coming up for you now, we've got haphazard hat tricks, face slaps, sendings off, and a step 2 VAR for Ray Hudson. It's time for What Were You Thinking? Okay, let's start with Mario Hermoso, the Espanyol defender, in the game against Leganés. He scored an own goal in the 11th minute, deflecting it into his own net. Then in the 82nd minute, he scored another own goal, deflecting another cross into the net. Fortunately for him, in the 88th minute, he actually scored at the right end of the pitch to give his team their second goal. They lost 3-2 on the day, but he's the first player in La Liga history to score a hat-trick with 2 own goals and 1 goal for his actual side. So Mario Hermoso, what were you thinking? Thomas Rongen.
Yeah.
Montoya.
Montoya.
Gives up 2 penalties.
Absolutely, Montoya. You got to go back to the basics. I mean, you know, this is a tough one. If you leave your feet, you got to get the ball in the box. You go down 100% PK. He tries. I think the one against Benzema is the one that to me is just foolish, not very good. And Ben's, by the way, involved in both of those.
Gary Bailey.
Yeah, this guy, what is his name? Cacciatore, trying to... Look at these, giving this now, am I right, Bob? But this means that you were part of the Juve scandal behind, you got locked up, everything's fixed. You cannot do that, and when the red card came out, I was like, fantastic, why didn't you ban him for 3 more games? You can't say, oh, I'm allowed to abuse the referee. No, you're not, you idiot.
Cacciatore, what were you thinking?
I'm going to tell you what I can't say.
You can't.
This is the huddle after the game. Big win for Milan.
Big one, eh?
They're hitting him, but you can see that they're very scared to slap him. They're slapping him soft. It's a soft little slap.
So, yeah, actually, what were you thinking? Probably think the right thing, Milan players, not hitting your coach too hard. Ray Hudson.
Well, this one is about the VAR situation in the Napoli-Bologna game. Take a look at this and you tell me if that's a penalty. I mean, he's actually scratching his ear as he goes down. Mazzina against Callejon, just touching his ear. Callejon goes down, they go to the VAR, and the VAR says, yes, absolute penalty.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I spoke 30 minutes with a friend, okay, that thought he knew about soccer. He was saying it wasn't a penalty. I said, it's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
You know why? Because you touch him like that,
And
you
you
pull
pull.
him 1%, 5%, 90%, it's going to be a penalty. Wake up, defender.
It's a tug. In
Don't
English, you
touch.
call it a tug.
It's a little tug with a big tug.
Yeah.
One thing the VAR didn't take a call back on at the weekend was Patrick Cutrone's opening goal for Milan. The 20-year-old is risking a 2-match ban as the IFGC has requested video footage of the goal, as it appears he used his elbow and not his head to score. He says he didn't mean to do it at all. It was not a voluntary reaction from him. He totally meant to head that ball. There's been a lot looking at this. What did you make of it, Christian?
Can't people see that he didn't mean to do it? You can tell when someone does it on purpose and when someone doesn't do it. He didn't mean to do it. You can see the way he was. The way he went to hit the ball, his hands there. What, are you going to hit the ball like this? You wouldn't be playing soccer if you're going to hit the ball like this.
It shouldn't be an
He
issue.
hit the ball like this. He hit it with, how do you say gomito? His elbow.
Elbow,
yeah.
Elbow.
But it's a goal. It's a good.
It shouldn't even be an issue. I don't
It's
even
no
know why
issue.
they're... Yeah, exactly.
The
What's going on?
IFGB, FBI, you said. What are they looking at?
FBI.
Listen now, Milan won 3 straight Serie A games.
Amazing. I'm happy for
Great stuff for them. It just felt like the Milan of old. The stadium, the atmosphere, the fog.
It's the
They did
coach.
great, didn't they?
See when
it's
the
the
coach has, how do you say, character? When he
Yes,
has-
yes,
Yeah.
emotion, yeah.
You can see, but he's making them run during the week.
What about that kid at right back, Calabria? They're all talking about him as being really... Because they've got some good youngsters.
No, they've
at
got good
Milan.
youngsters, but you got to train them.
Yeah.
You got to train them so that when they play on Sundays, they can run 90 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to come
And then they can slap him softly after the game. He's slapping them during training. We're moving on to talk about Real Madrid, though. And Sergio Ramos aside, Zinedine Zidane had his full-strength 11 available at the weekend against Valencia. Now, we know well he's been missing his B team this season, but it is actually his A team that he's also been missing, and that's what we're seeing from this result at the weekend.
I want to hear the
Or
guys.
are
what
they
they're
just
saying.
raising their game
gonna
when it
upset
comes to
him
the
now.
bigger
I wanna
teams?
hear the
Go on
guys.
then,
I'm gonna upset
Gary.
him.
What have you got to say?
They were given 2 silly penalties by Montoya, and if they hadn't had those, I don't know if that's easy. No clean sheet. Silly goal given away to set piece yet again. Keylor
I wanna
Navas
hear
has
the-
to make good saves.
You guys
so
said that-
I'm not convinced.
You
I'm not
guys said
convinced.
that, you know, Zidane hasn't got his tactics. He hasn't got the team. He's not
Not
training
me.
them. He's
Not
not
me.
training them. They're not going to camp the day before.
Not me. I never said that. Them two.
Yeah, those two guys here.
I've been hyped as Zidane all
If
the
they
time.
have the BBC, okay, they're going to win games. There's nothing you can do. Out of 10 games, they're going to win 9 games. If they had a bench, would have been even better. They win maybe 10 out of 10.
Are they going to beat PSG with that performance?
Anything
That's what
can
I
happen,
don't
my
know.
friend.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't-
The penalties
yeah, but
make
now,
you think.
A
it's
week
good,
ago,
but-
on that side, they were saying that Zidane's no good. Zidane's
Well,
can't coach.
he'll still get sacked if they lose.
The truth of it is, as well, a big part of this, and it breaks my heart to say this, is that what, in effect, taking out little Isco has had on this team.
Yeah.
It's a sad fact to face up to,
true.
which Thomas has been alluding to, and it's a sad
who would you
part
play?
of it.
If you have
I
all the
understand.
other players, who would you play?
On the judgment of these last 2 performances where they've scored goals galore, the balance of everything is right, you've got to stay with what they've got. The 4-3-3 with those 3 in the midfield, and Isco has got to sit on the bench.
What's that?
And I hate to say that.
That's what Ray's just talking about. The 4-3-3, the triangle midfield, like last year, Bale, Ronaldo being out wide bends.
The
That's
2
the way
wing
to
backs
go.
as well, Thomas.
Marcelo's been great.
Marcelo, yeah. And Catalan, we've
He's
got to
been saying
move.
for 4 months that you're going to change the
Yeah,
coach.
because
Change
change
that.
everything.
We're going to change everything.
While they argue one out, while they argue one out, we're going to go to top goals. Stick around with us on the line.
Still gonna lose his job. We're at the circus here.
We would change circus. Italiano circus.
Time for our top goals. We'll start with Gary Bailey, and he's picked a goal for Napoli in the Serie A. Dries Mertens.
Little Dries Mertens, he's a magician out there getting his 13th goal out of 22 matches. I mean, I wouldn't let him in on his right foot because he can hurt you with it. Look how he bends the ball as well. Top class, and that's why Napoli are top.
Thomas.
Samu Castillejo. What a goal this is, by the way. Yeah. We're screaming for you. Brilliant. Look at this. Whoop, whoop. Brobo, lefty, beautiful. Robin-like. Brilliant goal.
Christian.
This is the #1 player in the world. He did the same. He hit a free kick an hour before.
Yeah.
Hit the post.
Yep.
And now he scores. This is unbelievable, this guy.
Ray.
Yeah, I love this one. Griezmann, I mean, he's got a nanosecond to pick out his spot, and it's a beautiful arching hit. Look, the control, and then he steps half a step into the volley. Magical.
What you've seen is Ray and I swapped goals. I had Griezmann, but I've taken this one because it was a very special one for Edinson Cavani. He scored his club record 157th goal. He is PSG's all-time top scorer. And look at the man that's putting that ball across in the first place on the assist. It's Neymar, the man he's fighting with, who actually took a penalty after that. And speaking of Neymar, PSG's chairman Nasser Al Khelaifi has said the rumours of Neymar moving to Real Madrid are not true and that he will not be leaving at the end of the season. Neymar has also said he's happy in Paris, so that rules that out. So who is the big name star that Real Madrid are missing right now?
I would say Harry Kane.
Harry Kane.
21 goals in 23 matches. He's a natural goal scorer. I think he'll be a superstar at Real Madrid. Come on.
Why are you not having that
English have
one?
to stay in England.
Who would it be for you then?
There's no players around that Real can get.
Well, you can't laugh at Harry Kane if you haven't got a better solution.
I would take Lewandowski over Harry Kane. That's my opinion.
That would be
You can't buy a 30-year-old.
No, you can. If you're Real Madrid for 2 years, I'll take Lewandowski.
The French
any day.
sensation, Fekir from Lyon.
I'll
He's a
take
striker.
Icardi.
Yeah, Cardi.
Right, yeah.
Argentina.
How about, hey, you know who doesn't get any love? Who? Immobile. He doesn't get any love, this guy. 20-plus goals, 6 assists. Come on.
He does deserve a lot of love.
Doesn't
He's
he?
the top scorer in Italy with his 20 goals. But is he a big enough name right now to be taking to Real
That's a
Madrid?
good
That's
point,
the
Kay.
question. But you think, yeah?
I would take him. Yeah, I want goals. I want to win.
Tell you what, it might be Harry Kane, because if they get knocked out by PSG and the manager gets sacked, Pochettino comes in and he brings Harry Kane.
He's funny, Gary.
These are all the funny jokes anyway. We'll see. We'll keep our eye on this one. Thank you so much for watching us on The Locker Room here tonight. Make sure you watch all the cup action this week here on beIN Sports, and we'll see you on Friday. Same time, same place.
Good on.